Thanks to the support as a channel member, Oliver Adams. Well, our unbeaten start to the season has taught us that we are actually quite good. But today, with us top of the league, we face the teams in second and third to find out if we're actually good enough to be in a promotion race. And there is your confirmation of that unbeaten start to the season. So we are 4 games in the league. We've won 3, drawn 1 of them. We've also won in the second round of the Thai FA Cup. I guess we don't play in the first round, so we're through to the third round of that. This is what the league table looks like. We are top after just 4 games, but one of only 2 unbeaten teams in the league, which shows just how much this league is one of those leagues where everybody beats everybody else, as you often find in these lower leagues in Football Manager. But we are the ones on the most points on 10, and today we play Kanchanaburi FC and Suphanburi B. We're away against Kanchanaburi first, and they're the team who are in second place. If we win both of these games, we will be looking good. Because remember, a team that only has 13 clubs in, it's only a 24-match season. If we're like 4 points clear with only 18 games to go, that's not bad. I mean, obviously, if we do win the league, we do still then have to get in a playoff as well. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's see where Kanchanaburi is. And it appears to be quite inland. In fact, there you go. Kanchanaburi appears to be another one, I guess, of these cities, regions. That's where we are down here. Bangkok, I know, is a city. So I wonder if these are maybe regions, because it's a different font to Bangkok. It's all very confusing, but we're going inland a little bit. If we zoom in to see the Kanchanaburi Stadium, it looks like it's an actual stadium, which is, again, such a step up from when we were out in Dubai and playing at Rugby Sevens pitches. Where's going to be the best view from? If we pop down on that road there. Oh, there you go. What a view. That's a legitimate real football stadium, boys and girls. I mean, the area around it looks a little bit deserted, but that looks like a legitimate football stadium. Can we get it from another angle? It doesn't look like anybody's taken an on-pitch photograph for me. There you go. We've got a picture spot there. Is that gonna be the best angle to view from? That's a bridge. I mean, there is no foot. It's now gone. How is it gone? It's right. One more try. Can we see it from this road? And no. I don't understand. Is that it? That might be the backside of it, maybe. But bottom line, it's a proper football stadium, and that's a good thing. I don't know how far it is from us. I mean, looking at it on the map, it looks quite far. It's very different. It's very difficult to work out distances in somewhere like Thailand. Okay, so it's only a 2-hour drive. Because to me, this is an enormous country. I guess that's a small part of the enormous country. A 2-hour drive, though, that's not too bad. We can cope with that. To Route 325 we go. And this is the team we're sending there, and it's already settling down into quite a predictable 11, even in these early matches. My star boy, the #1 striker in the Thai third tier, Federico Jardin, has started scoring goals. Only got 2 in the league, but he's got 2 in the cup as well. So he's on 4 goals from 5 appearances, averaging a 7.22 overall. So fingers crossed he starts ramming the goals home in the league today. But the rest of the team, we've got Junsoy in goal, a back four of Sanoon, Sukprasert, Junom Buabao, and Permsumboom. I need to give these guys nicknames. Sukyu at the base of midfield, we know all about him. Thongchai and Nimnon ahead of him. And then Kirirom and Promsawat out wide with Jardin up front. We know who Jardin is, and we know who Sukyu is. We recognise the best players are the ones with the most delightful names. And the longer we're here, I forgot I wasn't doing team talks. The longer we're here, the more we'll get used to everybody else. If you are inexplicably new to the series today, 5 episodes into Samat Songkram, the Raging Mackerel, by the way, the reason we're not doing team talks is because I'm not allowed to get an assistant manager, so there's no one to recommend them to me. That, boys and girls, is the #1 striker in the league. 19 seconds. He doesn't even speak any Thai yet, and he's already getting himself settled in. He is going to be far too good for this league and has sensational hair as well. I mean, he doesn't have any right to score from that angle, but that's exactly what he does. And that's brilliant. And that would, if everything ended as it is now, we'd be 4 points clear at the top of the league already and starting to look very, very good for the rest of the season. It's out to Promsawat on the right-hand side. He plays it back eventually to Sukyu, who's got it over the top for Jardine. He's in again. Jardine scores again. 4 minutes on the clock. He's got 2 goals today already. I said today might be the day when he starts scoring goals for us. And, I mean, it's a little bit unfair to say he's starting to score goals when that's 6 in 7 appearances, or 6 in barely the start of the 7th appearance. But, yeah, he is... he's just gonna score for fun now. They've got Sincere Seth at right back. That's a great name. I'd like a player called Sincere Seth. At least you know you're going to get honest thoughts on how the match is going from him. I mean, Sincere Seth is probably going to acknowledge he's not having a very nice time today because Jardine's better than him. But here is Promsawat trying to turn Sincere Seth in and out. Nimnon into Jardine. He's very nearly got a 15-minute hat-trick there. His header goes just over the crossbar. It would have been a perfect hat-trick as well. I think his first 2 were right foot, left foot. But, I mean, if there's one thing he isn't better than everyone else in the league, it is his aerial prowess. He's very much a running about and kicking the ball kind of striker, as opposed to a standing about and heading the ball kind of striker. And I think we all know they are basically the 2 main types of striker, certainly at this level. As you get higher up the leagues, you also get the kind of jogging about, doing step overs kind of striker. That's your third one. But Jardine definitely running about and kicking it. And I didn't kick it very hard there, and it's turned behind for a corner. But that was a big opportunity for him to finish off his hat trick. He's gone over to take the corner himself because he wants to be in charge of everything. With his finishing, I'd kind of like him to be in the middle, but we don't have anyone who can hit a corner as well as he can. And we have got some decent aerial threats from our defenders going forward. So I guess it makes sense to have him out there taking it. I love the fact that they've had a shot on target, but it's still on 0.0 XG. Where on earth were they shooting from? Sukyu with the free kick. It's come back off the post. It took a massive deflection and completely wrong-footed the keeper. And with a little bit of luck, it makes it 3-0. But unfortunately, we didn't get the luck. And now we have to do a little bit of defending just before half-time, and it's going to be Jardine coming away with the ball. He's got plenty of players ahead of him if he wants to use any of them. One of them is Suphanburi, who's our right back. I don't know why he was so far forward, but Kirirom going to turn his guy into that. Jardine's got on the end of it, and he's missed another sitter. I tell you what, he's scored twice today. There's a strong argument he should have had 3 or 4, and one of them probably isn't the first one that he scored. It was one of the hardest chances he's had. He's had some sitters since then. He's missed a hat-trick of sitters, still on an 8.6 because of his finishing earlier on. But I think that is still the not being able to speak the language thing, because it does handicap you in the match engine. If you can't speak the language, you're not going to be able to perform to your full ability. And I think seeing him miss these sitters is the match engine's really blunt and clumsy way of showing us, yeah, he's not settled in yet. It's not going to stop him getting in the chances because that's too complicated, but it'll make sure he misses more of them than he should when he gets into that position. I think that's something we're going to see less of from him as he gets settled in, as he learns to speak Thai. That is the voice of 30 years of Football Manager experience talking, and how I'm interpreting what I'm seeing in this match engine. You don't always trust it and take it face value for the football that you're seeing. Sometimes you have to work out the message the game is sending you. And in this case, the message is, you ain't seen nothing yet from this boy. He's going to get better once he learns Thai. Ball over the top to him again. Jardine's in behind. Can he grab his hat-trick? He can, I think. Is it offside? That one felt offside. That being said, I don't think it is. There's no such thing as offside in Thailand, and Jardine has a hat-trick against the team who were one place below us going into this. It's a ball over the top from Sanoon. It's a lovely piece of control from Jardine, and again, it's a harder one than the 3 that he missed in the first half. It seems he scores the hard ones, but when he has to snatch at a chance, he's not quite as effective. He'll score from here because he's ridiculous. Oh my word, he nearly did. I mean, he's having a game today. He's only on a 9.8, presumably because of the missed chances, or else he'd be on a 10. But he's having a nice day. He's doing all right. We approve of what we're seeing from him today. This is what we thought we were getting when we spent all that money on his salary to bring him in. We're going to make a few changes as well. With 3-0 up, we can afford to make a few changes and rotate a few bits, try a few of the other players out. Is he the right one? We've got too many thongs. That's a sentence I never thought I'd say. Yeah, he is the one I wanted there. But we have too many thongs, and I can't work out which thong is the thong that I want for each circumstance. But we are still on the attack here. Sanoon's come all the way over from left back to try and take a long throw on the right-hand side, and it wasn't even very long. And it ended up back with him, and he didn't really know what to do with it. But it's now with Wang in, and now Sanoon again still doesn't really want the ball because he's on the wrong side of the pitch. And now there he is again. Stop giving it to him. He doesn't want it. Jardin's in again, and there's his fourth. 4 today for Federico Jardin, the number 1 striker in the league, everybody. And now you believe it. Now we all believe in Federico Jardin. This is his day. This is his coming of age moment. This is where we realise he is going to score a stupid amount of goals for us this season, and he was worth every penny of that salary that we've given him. You just need one. As long as he doesn't get injured, you just need one guy like that who's far too good for the league. I don't really know how we got him. It's probably going to be one of those where he won't renew his contract. This is probably a one-season situation. That's his 5th. This is a one-season only delight that we've got from Jardin. But goodness me, let's enjoy him while he's here and hope we can find another one to replace him when he's done. He's already going to be entering the Pentagon Hall of Fame because he is our first legitimate hero. We loved Kamal Taha at Precision, but he wasn't of the level of Jardin. And Kirirom's on a 10 out of 10 behind him, just off the back of 2 assists. He's having a lovely day as well. Right, we're going to bring on Mahmoud for him, and I think we will take Jardin off now. Let him have his standing ovation. Chainaron can come on. 5-0 up away from home against the second best team in the league. They're still in second off the back of this match, but Federico Jardin has absolutely ripped them apart today. He could have had 8 or 9, and that's the ridiculous thing. He scored 5 goals and missed a hat-trick of absolute sitters as well. I've rarely seen a centre-forward performance like it. And like I say, this is against one of the best teams in the league. Imagine what he's going to be like when he can speak basic Thai and we're playing against a team that's already relegated with 3 matches to go. He's going to get into double figures just in that match. He's going to set all of the records. He's going to break his leg before the next match probably because I'm getting too excited about him and we don't really have a backup. But there is one of the many thongs, lol thong. Terrible pass from him, and we are letting them have a little bit of a kick before. Well, I mean, we've taken the 2 10 out of 10s off the pitch, so we're obviously going to lower our performance levels a bit. We've taken 20 performance off the pitch in one go. That's madness. But it looks like we are going to hold on for the clean sheet, for the 5-0. That, boys and girls, is a sign that we are quite good at football. Let's go and do the same again to that team who were in 3rd, and then I think I'm fairly confident we're going to have quite a nice season if we do that. Yeah, he's only under contract until November. I'd want him to stay forever. I suspect he won't. Yeah. Don't believe Samet Songkram's squad is strong enough to play at level matching my ambitions anymore. Yeah, I mean, that is entirely fair. I don't know why you signed for us in the first place. It was weird. No changes, obviously, for Suphanburi B, who are now 2nd in the league, just 1 point behind us. So we'd like to beat them as well, please. But this Jardin situation does, of course, now change the goals for the season slightly because it now becomes almost a now or never situation, getting promoted for 2 reasons. Reason number 1, obviously, we're going to be a worse team next year. Whether we're promoted or not, we're going to lose him probably. Certainly if we don't get promoted, we're going to lose him and that will make us a worse team. So this is likely to be the best chance we ever get to get promoted from this league. If we don't do it this year, it starts to become difficult to believe we'll ever be able to do it. So that means winning the league and also going on and winning the playoff that comes after winning the league as well, and securing that promotion when we've got the best possible chance because we've got a player who's far too good for the level that we're playing at, and we're not likely to get that 2 years in a row or twice in 3 years even. Yeah, that's not ideal. They're not listening to my plan. The other thing, of course, is there's always that outside chance that we get promoted, and that's enough to convince him to stay. I suspect it won't be. I've been in this situation quite a few times before over the years, and when you get a player who's so obviously so much better than the league he's playing in, one promotion isn't going to convince him. And annoyingly, what you sometimes see is his ability will be too good for us, but his reputation won't be good enough for somebody else better, which is why he signed for us in the first place. But he does that season of proving that he's good enough to play at this level, or too good to play at this level. So he then never wants to play at this level again. But because his reputation is still low, no one at the higher levels want to sign him and pay him the money he wants. And he ends up retiring. And I can certainly see a situation where we get promoted, lose Jardine, he doesn't find a club, and in a year's time, we're still desperate for a striker and he's retired because no one else wanted him. And I've seen that annoying situation happen before as well. But the best possible outcome for all concerned is that we get promoted and it's enough to convince him to sign a new deal. And that has to be the target now, which means we have to win matches like this one. So I'm glad Kirirom was there to grab an immediate equaliser. He's in again, and I thought he'd scored again there. It was a very similar one to the one that he scored. He seems to be quite the threat at that far post from those crosses coming in from the right-hand side. It's like we're playing, was it FM21, where that was the overpowered goal? It's like we're back there again. Just everything's aimed. You want an inside forward on both sides, overlapping wing backs, and just constantly hit those deep crosses to the far post, and you're guaranteed to win. Kirirom is in behind squares, it looking for Jardine. It's gone behind him, but Nimnon is there, and he scores from range, and it's 2-1. And we are quite good because we've done 2 goals without Jardine really touching the ball yet today. He still hasn't put on a performance for the home fans. That last match was 2 hours away from home. But Kirirom was brilliant in that match. He's been brilliant again today. And that is a good finish from Nimnon as well. Is Kirirom here permanently? I can't remember. No, he's on loan from the Navy. I presume Navy FC is the actual Navy. It's weird that he's presumably in the Navy, but on loan from the Navy's football team to just us as a semi-pro team. Does he still go and live on a boat midweek? Is he training with us? What happens if there's a war? Will he be deployed? I suspect that's not in Football Manager, but it's a consideration I have when I go roleplay mode. Right, 2-1 up at half-time. That's the important thing. It's, I mean, this is terrible. That was just shocking defending. Olmo indeed. Oh no, it's Onmo, not Olno. He would be Olno if he played for me. But that was, I mean, when does the ball next touch the floor? Probably when it hits the back of the net. So it's headed up in the air, headed back in again, headed again, and hit on the volley. Doesn't touch the ball until after it's hit the back of the net. There's no way, there is no circumstance where that should be allowed to happen. Also, annoyingly, that was their second shot on target in the match and they've scored them both. So it does imply that we still have a little bit of a weakness in goal because our keeper's not actually making saves, which is one of the basic requirements for a goalkeeper. Jardine's not having a very nice game today. Do I dare take him off when we've just seen what he's capable of? I mean, I think I probably do. Nobody is above the team. There you go. We're taking off 2 of our most important players. Stuckyu and Jardine both coming off. They're both playing poorly. Even if it doesn't lead to a victory today, it might lead to them realising, okay, we're not irreplaceable. We have to perform week in, week out. There's strength in depth in this squad, which we've never had before in this save. And it is enjoyable having some strength in depth, and we need to use it. Right, Kirirom is shattered, so Mahmood can come on for him. And then for my final trick, we bring on Lolthong, swap those 2 around, and hope that we can find a late winner from somewhere. I mean, Lolthong, he was supposed to be the big hope when we brought him in. We then brought in Jardine as the main big hope, so we didn't really use Lolthong as much. I mean, I know they're different positions, but we changed the tactic around to accommodate different midfielders. But Lolthong needs to convince me that he can play in this central midfield position. It's Sanoun with an in-swinging corner. We are loading up that front post. I know what we're up to here, boys and girls. Just get the ball in here at head height. Oh, he's gone far post. What's he thinking? We were so loaded up on that front post. That was a useful cutback from Mahmood. And unfortunately, no one was there to poke it home. I mean, a draw here does still leave us top of the league and does still leave us unbeaten at the start of the season. But it is a touch frustrating after how well we played in the previous match to not be able to secure a victory at home. But bottom line, top of the league, still unbeaten. If we manage to go through the season unbeaten, that'd be unheard of in this league because everyone can beat everybody else at any point. So for us to be so consistently good so far, I guess, is a big positive. Right, I think we get some matches under our belts now. We know we're good. Now we just need to get through to the business end of the season, I think. So we'll probably get a whole bunch of games played before tomorrow's episode, and hopefully still be in a title race when we resurface. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.